Good morning. Welcome to the Community Voice. I'm Steve Graddick, your host. Delighted to have you with us on what we hope to be a tornado-free week. Too much stress when it comes to tornadoes, I think. Pregnancy Resource Center, our guests this morning. We're honored to have them in studio. Karmen Stamps, Executive Director, and Debbie Daniel, who's going to come in. She's always good for a great entrance, and which she's going to open the door now. See, that's Debbie. See, she's on camera, and not to embarrass her, but we will, you know. Good morning, Debbie.
Good morning.
Good morning, Karmen.
Good morning.
Okay, Debbie, if I can get you about 2 inches from that mic, we'll be good to go. But thank you all for coming in this morning. We always relish the opportunity to learn more about the Pregnancy Resource Center and have over the last many years. If you have any questions for Debbie and Karmen, you can call us 678-601-TALK, 678-601-8255, or you can find us on Facebook Live, and you can leave your comments there, and we'll try to read those too. So, that was good. There's no time to be wasted. You're just very precise. That's good. I like that. It speaks highly. I waste a lot of time. I think first thing, Karmen and Debbie, is I like to say, which is a cliche now, but keeping the main thing the main thing. Let's start out talking about the Pregnancy Resource Center, what it is and the services you provide, because that's really why we're here. And then we'll talk more about your roles and who you are, how you came to be involved in it, et cetera, as we go on. But Karmen is Executive Director at Pregnancy Resource Center, serving Carol Harrelson, and Heard
yes.
is coming to me. It's Monday morning. Tell us about some of the services the Pregnancy Resource Center, the PRC, provides.
Okay. Well, we are a pregnancy medical health clinic, and we provide free of charge and confidential pregnancy testing, limited ultrasounds, prenatal education. We also educate our clients on all of their pregnancy options. We offer parenting, earn while you learn classes. We also offer post-abortion support, and Debbie can tell you a little bit more about that. And we also are utilizing male mentors to help with our fatherhood program currently.
Okay, well, that's a lot. Let's dig a little deeper into each of them.
Okay.
How many days? First, let's find out, where are you located? How many days are you open?
We are at 514 Tanner Street in Carrollton, which is located directly behind the courthouse. Mm-hmm. And we are open Monday through Thursday. Monday, 9:45 to 4. Tuesday and Thursday, 9:45 to 6. And Wednesday, 12:45 to 4.
And your website is pregnancy.rc.com?
That's it.
Okay, cool. Pregnancy testing free of charge. I assume, do you have to have an appointment? Can you just walk in?
Well, we primarily take appointments, so they can call our number, 770-832-0256, and Debbie or Amber will answer the phone, and they will schedule them an appointment. And our nurse, Roxanne Bright, once they come in, will administer a pregnancy test and confirm whether it's a positive or negative test.
And let's move on to the ultrasound, because I know Tanner is very supportive of the PRC, and they're sponsoring this program.
Right.
So we're very proud of that. But elaborate, if you would, on the ultrasound services.
Well, it's a limited ultrasound, so it's diagnostic in nature. Roxanne is trained to do those ultrasounds, and she looks for three distinct things. Roxanne Bright is our nurse manager.
Okay.
And she looks for three distinct things. She looks to see if it's a viable pregnancy in the uterus. Correct me if I'm wrong, Deb. She also does measurements to determine a due date. And what's the third thing? I can't think.
If there's a
heartbeat. Yes, if there's a heartbeat.
Okay, Debbie, that's got to be, the ultrasound is a very marvelous tool, because I guess we're all now able to see the baby in the womb, whereas decades ago when I was just a young baby in the womb. That wasn't, and a good-looking kid, by the way, in the womb, as I'd like to put it. Anyway, I had hair back then. But that really does change the whole nature of everything, doesn't it?
It does.
And how does it do that? What does it do for the mama and the papa, and to be able to see the living, breathing, the living baby boy or girl in the womb?
Well, it lets them see that there is actually a life, that there is a heartbeat, and a lot of times they'll see arms and legs, even if it's just the buds of the arms and legs, they see that. The stats are 95% of women who are abortion-minded will see that baby and change their mind about aborting.
And that's got to be a very emotional time for a lot of people, for a lot of, mothers. And I assume occasionally or sometimes or most times the father will be there or he'll see the child too.
A lot of the time they are there, yes, for the ultrasound.
So a lot of tears shed, I would imagine.
Yes.
A lot of emotion.
Yes.
Okay. And again, Tanner has a role in this. I believe some of the equipment has been donated by Tanner.
Well, our previous ultrasound machine was donated by Tanner, and we have recently received a new updated ultrasound machine from the organization Mission Preborn. We received a grant.
Really?
And this was last February. We received a grant for a refurbished ultrasound machine with a worth of about $25,000 to $30,000 that we've gotten as a grant. And so we're utilizing that new machine now. And it's allowing us to see the babies in the womb a little more clearer with the latest technology. You
say limited diagnostic, so that's not the 3D, like super type of ultrasound.
No, it's not. And we're not equipped to give the gender of the baby or any of that. She's just looking for those three distinct things. Our medical director, Dr. Eric Hine, will then review those charts and make sure that everything looks the way that it should at that stage in the pregnancy. And then we release them to go under care of an OB.
We do, certainly before the program ends, I do definitely want to go through your staff because it sounds like you got a top-notch staff these days. And, of course, you're very dependent upon volunteers. But you mentioned Dr. Eric Hine. Before we go to break, let's go ahead because he is the medical director. Tell us a little something about him.
Well, he is, he just oversees all of our medical services. He approves all of our policies and procedures as far as medically. He also approves any prenatal education, brochures, information, anything that we give out to our clients. Those are all approved by him to make sure that they're evidence-based and medically sound information.
It says in the bio of the website that he currently works for Carrollton Emergency Physicians at Tanner, both Carrollton and Villa Rica, and he's married to Tina, and they've been here since 1991.
Yes,
so I assume he's been with the PRC for that long?
Well, he's been with the PRC since we went to become a medical pregnancy center in the early 2000s, I believe, is when we switched over to that.
Well, before we go to break, let's expand on that, Debbie. Tell us, because now we've got like an additional wing in the back. Yes. Tell us about. Karmen just kind of slipped that in, but what does that mean on a daily basis to have that medical aspect to it?
Well, it's very professional, and but the purpose of it is we were outgrowing our space and we needed more room. But our goal is we have 2 ultrasound rooms now and 2 care rooms. And so we are hoping down the road to be able to do 2 appointments at a time, to be able to do 2 ultrasounds and 2 pregnancy test appointments, So that's our goal.
So Karmen, it's really a wonderful, you're on this quiet street with beautiful surroundings, trees, the whole bit, and you've got a beautiful welcoming type of house building on the front, but yet you still have a little medical facility there attached, right?
Yes, we do. It's 1,600 additional square feet to our facility, and we were able to do that from a grant with the Georgia Baptist Healthcare Foundation we received in 2015, and we started that process last March, and we were able to start serving clients out of it this February. And it's a nice, clean,
Beautiful.
refreshed facility.
And the construction of that was done by
It was, our general contractor was RK Redding Construction.
Randall Redding.
Yes.
His RKR is at it again.
Yes,
Okay.
they've done a great job. We appreciate all that they've done.
Our guests this morning are Karmen Stamps, Executive Director, and Debbie Daniel, Client Service Director of the Pregnancy Resource Center, serving Carrollton, Harrelson, and Heard.
Yes.
And we'll be back with more after this from Tanner Health System.
At Tanner, we're advancing health throughout West Georgia and East Alabama. Because we know that exceptional care isn't based on how many patients we serve, but how well we serve them. That's why we're focused on quality, delivering the best possible care for our patients. It's why we're expanding our clinical services and building new facilities to serve our growing community. And it's why we're looking beyond our hospitals and medical practices to develop sustainable wellness and preventive health programs in our region. What makes a hospital great has changed. It's not how many beds we have. It's how well we care for the neighbors who need them. Delivering the right care to every patient, every time, is how Tanner is advancing health with medicine beyond measure. Learn more at tanner.org or find a physician on our medical staff by calling 770-214-CARE.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Community Voice. I'm Steve Gradick, your host. Delighted to have you with us this morning. We're learning a lot more about the Pregnancy Resource Center. It serves Carroll, Harrelson, and Heard. And while I say that, let's quickly say we're in Harrelson at the Community Christian Council facility in Tallapoosa on Mondays.
Yes.
I just take the show from here, ladies. Anyway, tell us about that. That's a pretty big step forward.
It is, and it was a step that we weren't looking for, and it was just kind of brought to our laps. God just laid that out there for us, and through the Community Christian Council and Alan Kiker and the board of directors up there, they approached us and offered us an exam room free of charge in their new medical facility up there. And so we are there on Monday afternoons from 12 to 4, serving clients of Harrelson County.
And y'all are supported by donations and
We
grants.
are, yes,
and
strictly by donations from individuals, churches, or businesses locally, and then grants throughout the year that we apply for.
And so no tax dollars.
No.
Okay. Debbie, you're a client service director. Now, I can only assume, because I'm real quick, you've probably noticed that already, that you're really one of the people that are really on the front lines in terms of talking to the clients and ministering to them and helping them as they go through this time. Am I right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Tell us a little bit more about what you do and how you do indeed minister to these ladies as they come in.
Okay. Well, I am involved with all client services, and I actually meet with every client that comes in. I am their initial contact, and I will take them back and just kind of fill them in on how the visit's going to go and kind of comfort them in that and let them know that we are there for them, that we're there to help them however we can. Whether that be mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, we want to be that support for them. And that really helps them to relax and know that we really do care about them. And then I'll let them know step by step what's going to happen in the visit.
What kind of frame of mind or emotional state are they generally in when they come to the PRC?
Well, the majority of our clients they're unplanned pregnancies, so they're in a state of shock or upset, crying, several different emotions. A lot of times when I say that first thing to them, they start crying then, just the emotion of it all. So they are very emotional.
Are most of them with or without a support group in their life, among friends or family or any other counselors or pastors or anything? Do they feel alone, or are they alone?
I would say a lot of them do feel alone and feel like they don't have support. A lot of times what I tell them that we're there for them is the first time they've heard that in a while. So I would say that they do feel.
Well, what about, because I'm a man, I can ask this, what about the men that are, where are they? Are they there? Are they absent? Where are they?
They, for the most part, are not there. And we have a few that do come, but not the majority. Yeah.
But you do reach out to the men if they do come, if they do show, if they're willing to engage in this situation.
And we're actually looking for, a plug here, some male mentors to come alongside those men and talk with them as we talk to the women about what's going on and how to step up and be a dad.
How much could that help the woman if she goes through this, if the man would step up?
Oh, 100%.
Really?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, just to know that they're supported,
I assume, unfortunately, you have some men that are very antagonistic, very negative, very rude and crude.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. How do you deal with that?
With love.
Ah, okay.
Yes, we had a situation, and Roxanne handled it because he was upset with her because it doesn't matter, but she just loved on him, and said, I understand, but this is how we do things, and that's all we can do is just love on them.
Because this is really a ministry in large part. That's
Yes.
where your heart is,
Yes.
and that's in being non-taxpayer funded, you can unashamedly proclaim the gospel and
Absolutely.
move forward. Right.
Yes.
Fascinating. Now, what about? I mentioned about being on Tanner Street. So there's an air of confidentiality, an air of security, if you will. Karmen, is that right?
Yes.
Because that's important too.
It is, and it's very important for one of our clients, a young woman, to drive into our parking lot and know that even at that point, there's confidentiality. And so in our new medical facility, the entrance is in the back. It's not on the street side. And so she can park and she can walk in and no one would even know that she was there. We also have that confidentiality at our Tallapoosa location. We have a back entrance because the CCC is located right on that main highway. And so our clients that come to Tallapoosa can drive around back, and we have a back entrance for the utmost confidentiality.
Okay. Obviously, this is a very strong pro-life ministry. How do you talk to these women about this being a baby in the womb and a person and a life? And how do you implore upon them to let the baby live?
Well, again, that's all driven by the Holy Spirit, what He gives us to share with them and what they're open to. But we do have brochures that show them the fetal development and show that, in fact, at 21 days, there's a heartbeat. And, when you lay that out for them, they can see that, wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know my baby already had a heartbeat, before they even knew they were pregnant. So we show them that. We have fetal models. If need be, we show them those as well.
And those are all evidence-based. They're scientific.
Yes.
It's not anything that we've just come up with. We don't want to coerce anyone. We just want to give them the truth. And we feel like that's what we do with our information that we have.
Our guests this morning are Karmen Stamps, Executive Director, and Debbie Daniel, Client Service Director of the Pregnancy Resource Center, serving Carol Harrelson, I heard. I'll get it right before it's over. We'll be back with more after this word from Tanner Health System.
At Tanner, we're focused on quality, delivering the best possible care for our patients. It's why we're expanding our clinical services and building new facilities to serve our growing community. And it's why we're looking beyond our hospitals and medical practices to develop sustainable wellness and preventive health programs in our region. What makes a hospital great has changed. It's not how many beds we have. It's how well we care for the neighbors who need them. Delivering the right care to every patient, every time, is how Tanner is advancing health with medicine beyond measure. Learn more at tanner.org. or find a physician on our medical staff by calling 770-214-CARE.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Community Voice. I'm Steve Gredick, your host. Oh, I like that. Your host. That sounds good. I'll use that more often. Yeah, thank you. That's good. This is a good program. Karmen Stamps in studio along with Debbie Daniel. We're going to try to go to our phone now. And good morning. I think we have Carolyn. Are you there on the phone?
I'm here on the phone. Thank you for the program this morning, Steve. And good morning, Karmen, and your staff.
Good morning, Miss Carolyn.
Good morning.
It's good to hear your program this morning. My question for you is, how many women will you service in a year? And do you have a number of babies that you say statistics for that? I think you're doing a wonderful work. And then before I hang up and let you answer my questions, I have some friends who are opening a PRC clinic in Waycross, Georgia, and I'd like to give them your contact information. Would that be all right?
Yes, ma'am. That'll be fine.
Perfect. I'll hang up while you answer my question, and thank you again for your service here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn. Of course, all very good questions. I'm sure I would have gotten to them at some point. But tell us about how many ladies you serve.
Well, we have the capacity to serve 25 women a week at both locations, which would be about 100 a month, and then whatever that equals out to for the year. So about 1,200.
Yeah,
on average.
We're math
I'm
geniuses.
quick
Yeah, we're
morning.
quick. Stand back. So how many do you think, or do you have stats that show us how many chose life and as opposed after coming to PRC?
Mm-hmm.
We had last year 195 women that were abortion minded or abortion vulnerable chose life.
What about adoption? Do y'all help navigate the role to have a child adopted?
We have I'm sorry.
Yeah, to have a child adopted.
We have 3 adoption agencies that are Christian agencies that we refer to. We don't help them in the process, but we do give them the information if they want to go in that direction.
But also after the baby's born, you have baby supplies that you offer?
We do.
We do, and those are emergency based. If families see that they're running low on their funds, they have financial need, and it's before the end of the month, or however that works for them, and they're running low on diapers or formula, wipes, we can provide that for them once a month per client.
Gently used clothing as well.
Gently used clothing, yes, up to from 0 to 24 months. We have that in stock that we can give and love on our community that way.
And with coming the child comes parenting.
Yes,
And y'all are supportive of that also, right? Because that's not easy.
We are.
no, not at all. And we want to give them the tools to be a successful. To feel like they are successful in their parenting, and that's when our parenting Earn While You Learn classes come in.
And Debbie, you also have post-abortion support free of charge for someone who's experiencing any negative emotional effects after an abortion. How does that work?
Well, that's my heart. I have a heart for that ministry for personal reasons.
Right.
But yes, there are so many women that have had abortions that are suffering from that for many, many years. And so my heart is to reach those women, to let them know that there is forgiveness and that they can be set free from the bondage of abortion and the effects of abortion. And so we have, it's an 11-week study that we go through. I'm finishing up one now, today, as a matter of fact. And it's beautiful to see these women change and know that they are loved and they can be free from guilt and shame.
Karmen, tell us, we've got other staff members. It's not just you and Debbie, of course. There are others. Can you introduce us? We mentioned Dr. Eric Hahn, but who else is involved in PRC?
Okay. Well, we've got 4 other staff members in addition to Debbie and myself. And Jill Bowman is our Director of Development, and so she works with all of our donors, helps with our fundraising and marketing, getting our name out in the community. Roxanne Bright is our nurse manager, and she oversees all of our on-site medical services under the direction of Dr. Hahn.
That's really a critical position there, is it not?
It is.
I mean, because you're really, you're working with Debbie and everything, but you're right there, you know. I mean, it just seems like a very special slot.
Yes, Debbie and Roxanne are the tag team on the front line, so to say, and she meets with every client as well. Kelly Roberts is our operations specialist. She works, she assists Jill and I with any donor relations, donor development. She does our bookkeeping. She's kind of the backbone of the office. She keeps everything running smoothly.
Generally, the bookkeepers are.
Yes, she's very good at what she does. And then Amber Fraze is our client services assistant, and she's Debbie's right-hand girl. She helps Debbie with everything and anything that comes up.
Well, I got a couple minutes left. Tell us, I understand we got a golf tournament coming up.
Yes, Oak Grove Baptist Church is sponsoring, hosting a golf tournament for us this Saturday, March 31st at Fairfield Plantation. And we're just looking forward to a great day of fun. Robin Worley is is heading that up for us, and he's always fun to pull out some
We mentioned
different
Randall
rules.
Redding and Robin Worley in the same program.
You know
That's terrifying,
That's right.
actually. Oh, Lord.
And I do want to give a huge shout out to Walker Cadillac. They have really stepped up as one of our sponsors. They're bringing out a Cadillac for a hole-in-one, several other prizes.
Woohoo, Mark Foster.
Yes, thank you, Mark.
All right. If people want to if they want to still participate in the golf tournament.
Yes, we've got room for a couple more teams.
All right, come on.
Yes, so $125 individually or a team of 4 for $500.
Oh,
So
easy.
Pocket change.
So just contact you at the PRC?
You can contact me or Jill.
And how do you do that?
Calling us at 770-832-0256.
And the website was?
Website is www.pregnancy.rc.com.
Cool. Ladies, thank you so much for coming in. I've enjoyed it.
Thank you for having me.
As your host.
Yes.
You've been listening to the Community Voice here on WLBB Carrollton, brought to you by Tanner Health System. Go out and make it a great day and support the PRC. Thank you for listening to WLBB Carrollton.